need you to be honest with yourself for a moment. Not quickly, not automatically, but honestly, because what I'm about to say might feel uncomfortable. Not because it's wrong, but because part of you already knows it's true. You feel stuck, not completely lost, not completely broken, but stuck. Like something in your life isn't moving. Like no matter how much you think about it, no matter how much you plan, no matter how much you try to understand, you're still in the same place. And maybe you've been trying to be patient, trying to trust the process, trying to stay positive, trying to convince yourself that things are changing. But deep down, there's still that feeling that something isn't shifting, that something isn't happening, that something is holding you back. And here's the part most people don't realize. It's not your situation. It's not your timing. It's not even your circumstances. It's something much closer than that. Something subtle, something you carry with you every single day without even noticing. Because being stuck doesn't always look obvious. Sometimes it looks like thinking. It looks like planning. It looks like preparing. It looks like waiting for the right moment, and all of that feels productive. It feels responsible. It feels like you're doing something. But underneath all of that, there's hesitation, there's doubt, there's fear, and it shows up in small ways. Ways that are easy to justify. You tell yourself you're just being careful. You tell yourself you're just waiting for clarity. You tell yourself you're just not ready yet. But that not ready feeling keeps coming back again and again and again. And the more you wait, the heavier it feels. Because deep down, you know there's something you're not doing, something you've been avoiding, something you keep pushing to later. Not because you can't, but because you're waiting to feel certain, waiting to feel confident, waiting to feel ready. But here's the truth. Ready is not a feeling, it's a decision. And the more you wait to feel ready, the more stuck you become. Because clarity doesn't come before action. It comes after. You don't think your way into clarity. You move your way into it. And right now, you're trying to think your way forward. You're trying to analyze your way out. You're trying to understand everything before taking a step. But that's what's keeping you in the same place. Because thinking feels safe. thinking feels controlled. Thinking feels like progress. But it's not movement, and without movement, nothing changes. So you stay in between, not moving forward, not going back, just paused. And that pause starts to feel like being stuck. But you're not stuck. You're hesitating. And hesitation feels a lot like being stuck. But it's not the same. Because stuck means you can't move. Hesitation means you won't. And that changes everything. Because it means you have more control than you think, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if your mind tells you otherwise, even if fear shows up every time you try to move, you still have the ability to take a step, not a perfect step, not a confident step, just a real one. Because growth doesn't wait for confidence. Confidence comes after you move, after you act, after you prove to yourself that you can. And right now, you're waiting for proof before taking action. But the proof only comes after. So ask yourself, what is one thing you keep thinking about, but not doing? One decision you keep replaying, but not making? One step you know you need to take, but keep delaying? That's it. That's the thing. Not everything, just that one. Because your life doesn't change when everything is figured out. It changes when you move, even without everything figured out. So right now, you don't need a full plan. You don't need total clarity. You don't need perfect timing. You just need willingness. Willingness to take one step, even if it feels small, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels uncertain, because that step breaks the pattern. That step creates movement. That step changes everything, not all at once, but enough. Enough to shift you forward. Enough to break the cycle. Enough to show you that you're not stuck. You just needed to move. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for everything to make sense. Because that moment comes after you decide, not before. And you don't need to rush. You don't need to force anything. You just need to move. One step, one decision, one action. That's enough. And from there, everything starts to change. So let this be your prayer. God, help me stop waiting. Help me move even when I feel uncertain. Help me trust that clarity will come as I go. And help me take the step I've been avoiding, because I know I'm not stuck. I just need to move. If you feel this, comment, "I'm moving," and subscribe for daily reflections.